Thank you so much for staying tuned to this channel. If you just joined us, this is TMI Sunday's edition. I want to take a look at President Bola Ahmed Tinubu 2 weeks in office, the state of the nation. Ben Morris Bruce went on his Twitter handle and made some write-ups saying that Mr. President is making the right moves. In course of this barely 2 weeks in office, so to speak, the subsidy in fuel price was removed. That's on one hand. On the second hand, a law favoring private individuals to go into the production, distribution of electricity was signed into law by President Ahmed Bola Tinubu. And he went on further to open up borders that have been closed for a while now during the time of my President Muhammadu Buhari. And of course, he talked about harmonizing the retirement age of judges. And to crown it all, he suspended the CBN governor. And the CBN governor right now is being questioned by the DSS. These are some of the moves made by the newly inaugurated president. And Nigerians, they have been talking about this. Some are saying this is a sign of good things to come. Others are saying no, it's not a sign of good things to come. Maybe somewhere along the line, this man is just vindictive and he wants to prove the point. What do you feel about that? With me here in the studio, I have a clergyman, a political analyst. Join me to welcome Apostle Esosa Oyinake. Hope I got that name correct.
Oyiboke.
Oyiboke. Yes, welcome to TMI. Appreciate your coming.
Thank you, sir.
And of course, I have a legal practitioner, political affairs commentator. Join me to welcome Barrister Greg Odaze. Welcome to TMI so this edition. I appreciate your coming. And of course, another legal practitioner, Justin Ure. He has his affinity for one of the political parties. I wouldn't want to mention it right now, but when he starts talking, you get to know the side of the divide he belongs to. Okay, barely 2 weeks in office, some moves were made by Mr. President. Let me start off with Barrister Odaze. What do you feel about these moves by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, ranging from fuel subsidy removal, taking a look at also the arrest of Golden Emefiele? We'll take it one at a time. Generally speaking, has he been active or he's been passive from your own assessment?
Yes. The issue of, let's start by looking at the issue of subsidy. It's a right thing, the right direction. And the reason being that before now, the government of the day, the various previous governments, they have been playing politics with the subsidies. So we are not against subsidy removal. I'm not against it. But the issue is the timing. Is to, as at the time the president is just coming in, and then he just came up with the removal of subsidy. It's the timing that I'm against. But I'm not against the issue of subsidy. And also, the suspension of the CBN governor is even long overdue. It's long overdue. The steps, various steps that have been taken by that the president has taken backing on. It's not. I don't have fear. He's the right man for the job. He knows what to do. So I believe in his government.
In Tinubu's government.
Very well.
Okay.
I'm not a politician, but I believe that he has the right team to work with. So I want to advise Nigerians to be patient with his government. It's too early to to complain. And we are also looking forward for the president's speech tomorrow. And in that, we also believe that president will address some of the effects regarding the removal of fuel subsidy. So on the whole, I believe in his government. This is my submission.
All right, I will come back to you. Believe in his government. Well, Apostle, do you share his views and opinion? Take a look at the moves the president has made thus far before start picking on each of the moves he made. Generally speaking, his performance.
Thank you very much. I want to say from my own point of view, what you just said, I'm aligned with what you just said.
Also because you guys are putting on suits. Yeah, continue, please.
So what happens is that the president, per se, coming to power is a welcome development. Because if there's nobody on seat, there will be a problem in Nigeria. Now, coming to the power, into politics, become a president, just swear in. First and foremost, you just said, first subsidy and remove. It's like if you have entered maybe a week or give people kind of tell people, inform them in advance. Please, by next month, by June or July, things like this will come up. As he just came into the power, he just said, okay, now first subsidy have removed. Look at it, the following morning, first increased from 185 to 550. I asked him why. He said, you know what happened yesterday? Yesterday and today, it's too much. From 185, 185 to 550, just like that, overnight. He said, what they see. They say, buy as you say. He said, come to this subsidy. I thank God for what he has just done, because I've been long waiting for it. Now look at the NFPC. Are they functioning? Are they working? But there are money pumping into that NFPC for first subsidy. Now I look at it in my own point of view. It's like we are servicing NFPC, the staff of NFPC. Now the common man in the street, they are not benefiting it. Now President said that, one President said that by June, he has paid up to June. Coming to power, he said, from now, no first subsidy. How about the money I paid down before now? Then come again. I look at it in my own point of view and say, this first subsidy that I remove, what effect have we achieved since have been going on? Now removing it now, let us see what will happen. That Nigeria can talk what we need from the president. No first subsidy. Now the money will be channeled to different other areas, like schools, health sector, good road, security.
That's your own projection.
My own area of it.
Okay, all right.
Now what am I saying again? That like the president just coming to the office, I look at it in my point of view that this man has something to offer. Because in Nigeria we are still in hurry. You just come in and let us see, let's hear first, and let's see what we do.
All right. You also believe in his government?
I believe in his government.
Okay. Barrister Justin, over to you.
Well, thank you, my esteemed viewers at home. The topic before us is a hydra-headed topic. I'll start with the issue of the suspension of the CBN government.
Let's start off with the subsidy first and Judge General before talking about each of these components. Okay. Generally speaking, his performance thus far as a president.
So far, I cannot give him above average. I think it's still below. We're still watching, but I can't go beyond. To be fair, I won't go beyond the average to score him. Yeah, you know, the subsidy remover. I differ from my friends a little, you know. Yes, subsidy must go, or subsidy should go. Why did you not allow this subsidy to go when Dr. Ebele Jonathan removed it in 2012? He removed subsidy from, I think at that point in time, fuel was about 87 or 90 something naira. I made it whether 120 or 140 or thereabout. The same Bola Ahmed Tinubu brought Nigeria to its knees with the immediate past president, occupied Nigeria, gathered them at Ojota, no subsidy, NLC shouting. They even said the money has been spent even before they subsidized or before they remove her. A lot of allegations were made against that government of Mr. Jonathan's government. The same person, about 10 years or 11 years later, see how fate works. You are not at the saddle. Buhari was there. Buhari said subsidy is a scam. This is the public domain. Bola Ahmed is not at the saddle. First statement he made to Nigerians, he said subsidy is gone. Buhari subsidized into trillions. He even told us he has paid till June. We are still in June. We just entered June. Today is 11. How come the same party, he said, we paid till June. Another one came, no subsidy, subsidy is gone. Okay, where is that money? What happened? NAPC came, he said, no, he didn't pay till June. Actually, we have been the one paying. This is facts in public domain. So he said, now, NAPC said they were the one paying, maybe because of their other business that they do, the money they get, they used to pay. The government actually wasn't having enough money to pay for it, but we were just like various inconsistency. In law, we say you don't approbate and improbate at the same time. No man is allowed to speak from two sides of his mouth. See how faith works, like I said earlier. You criticize the man that said, let fuel be about 140 or thereabout. Subsidy is gone. By now, we would have known that we are where nobody will come and tell us, I'm paying subsidy. You know what it
But
means?
still, don't think that as a president is better informed. That's why I said, look, remove it totally. Maybe then it wasn't as informed as the president, Goodluck Jonathan, President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan.
Mr. Omashe, that would be like, no, he was, and he is. Because Bola Ahmed Tinubu was former governor of Lagos twice, from 1999 to 2007. And he has some well-established business in Nigeria. So he has information that you and I don't even have. So how come you brought down one government and now you are doing what you criticize? That's gross inconsistency. And you want me to take such a government serious? Okay, you are removing it. What are the things on ground? The time of General Sani Abacha, when they were fuel hike, or there was fuel hike, then our brother and father, Dr. Samuel Sagbobo, was Minister for Labor. We had labor transport service before EMTS, Edo Municipal Transport Service, joined, which later metamorphosed to ECTS. They were on ground. So when, let me use the word, tuke, we are charging about 20 naira or thereabout then to come to Mengi. This one we are charging 5 naira. Is there anything on ground now? No. We are saying subsidy must go, but it must be planned. There must be palliative on ground. To fill your tank now, you are spending close to 25 to 30,000 naira. I remember when I was driving from Lagos to Benin, I'll fill my tank with less than 5,000 naira. Full tank. I'll still get change inside. That 5,000 naira could barely buy you 10 liters. You can't buy you 10 liters. Because the lowest I've seen is 515. So it means you are spending about 5,150 naira to buy 10 liters. Is that not absurd? The same country, one of the largest oil producers in the world. We can't, okay, the refineries, are they working? No. No. So if these things is looked at, to me, I think it's a right move made at the wrong time.
Right move made at the wrong time. As I said, barely 2 weeks in office, State of the Nation. You heard him. He said he's not cool with it. because it's still on the field. Something before we delve into other aspects that he made major moves. Do you have anything contrary to what he said about his feelings about the removal of fuel subsidy?
Yes. We are almost at the same page on the issue. It's just a little dichotomy between our line of a discussion. Like I said, the removal of subsidy is it's the right thing. It's our time we start deceiving ourselves. That is the reason why the president decided to remove the subsidy to face so that the Nigerians can face the reality.
Sorry, let me, sorry.
No, hold on. He has the floor. He has the floor.
I just want to put in something. I know you are
Hold on. Allow him. Please allow him.
It's okay.
Just take notes.
It's okay.
The area is the timing. That's what he also said. Is not the phraseology, the perspective we are now coming from. We are saying that it's good, but the timing. But however, I still believe that the president will address the effects. Even tomorrow, we are expecting the president to address the nation. I also believe that the president will come out with something tangible for the citizens of this country. I don't believe that. I believe that the removal is just the time. Nigerians were not prepared. We were caught unaware. So that is the area. So I still believe I don't have fear in the new government. I believe that it will take the country to the land of El Dorado, where we are expecting.
To El Dorado?
Yes, the land of...
And you're laughing? Okay, fine, not to worry.
Yes.
Apostle, it's like we have contrasting but similar views. He talked about timing that Nigerians were caught unawares. If we're caught unawares, was that really the right move? We're talking about 2 weeks in office right now.
Yes, we were caught unawares, as you just said. Because Nigeria didn't prepare for it. But the time today is very hard. It's biting hard in Nigeria, common men in the streets. To buy a fuel in filling station today, I know how much it costs. It affects all setups in Nigeria. Go to market. People enter a box from here to Ringwood, how much it cost before now. But today, people find it difficult to feed. Don't feed 3 times before, but now, they find it difficult to feed twice a day. We are all enduring this pain. But what I know that everything has beginning, has ends. Now, what I see from my own angle, let's give him time. I know what goes on will come down.
We should give him time.
Let's give him time.
Okay, so we should give him time. Now, you're going to bring forth that reaction of yours and we'll delve into another move made by Mr. President barely 2 weeks in office. Now, what was that thing that is in your mind you really want to out of the discussion?
You see, like my friend said about the removal of subsidy, he agreed that the timing and the mode of removal is very, very wrong. Nothing on ground. And the moment he made that statement, it had spiral effect on every other thing. Transport moved. Transport were jacked over 200%. Prices of goods in the market moved instantaneously. Every other thing that has salary remained the same. Imagine buying to fill a tank, you spend somebody's minimum wage up to 30,000 to buy fuel to fill your tank. You use maybe, it depends on your movement, maybe 1 week.
Some are saying these are just necessary pains that Nigerians will go through.
Okay, how many persons, you say tomorrow will go better, how many persons will, with this pain, will live to see the gain? The trauma, the family are scattered, disunited, the pain, and who is going to pay for it? Who is going to mitigate it? How? Why don't you put things on? That's why we say government is about having a human face. We in Labour Party, We say we will remove fuel subsidy, then we will put things on ground. It's like my Mr. Peter Obi said. He said, if you are going to remove your tooth from your mouth, you won't just suddenly come because you have an ache. They just put chisel and pull it out. No, you have a massive swelling in no distant time. That is what is happening to Nigeria right now. The president just came pulling the tooth or the teeth from the mouth without tranquilizer or painkiller to make sure that those things is gradually and softly removed. Nothing on ground as we speak. Okay, the next move you made, you are firing Emefiele. What has Emefiele done? Person that was given 300 billion to conduct election, yet we have nothing near election. He's in the office. He has not received query. He has not received sanction. He has not received questioning from anybody. Do you know what 300 billion naira is? Minus those external donations. We have nothing good to show for it. I think that's where he should start from.
Okay. Now he has delved into the suspension of Governor Emefiele, the CBN governor. Apostle, he said, according to him, he asked the question, what has this man done? The suspension of the CBN governor, that's another major move that our president made. What do you feel about it? He just delved into it.
Thank you very much. When he was in office, you know that in this Nigeria we are in today, we buy money with our money. We felt it. You cannot access your money in the bank while it's in office. He was saying that we should return our old money back to the bank. Everybody back. Everybody, they should gather their money, return to the bank. But how to get it back become a problem. Now the same money you said contain money, the same money we are seeing today, is that a good government? You say something that you say is bad. Come back to say now, let us continue with that money. Pending when the new one come out. Now, removing this man, I like it for my own reason. Why? He has been in office for almost 8 years. He has been there.
Go to 10 years, yes.
10 years. It's not a permanent office. He didn't inherit it. People come, people go. It's time for him to leave now. What this man is doing, in my own point of view, I like it one way. Before you plan to do one thing or another, you take it from the office. If you can patient, you look at most will reveal to Nigeria. The most secret will reveal to Nigeria that what we don't even know. Because this first subsidy. People have been gamble of Nigeria using their own for their own personal interest, which is very, very wrong. Remove this man, from my own point of view, it's a welcome development. Because other things will come out.
It's a welcome development because other things will come out.
Yes.
But Barrister Greg, you heard him, he said removing Emefiele is the right thing to do. But according to Barrister Justin, he said, what has this man done? I mean, it's totally wrong.
No. I've not said it's totally wrong.
Okay, fine. Okay, but
I've not said it's totally
fine.
wrong.
But you're not happy with it.
I say it should not start from there. It should start with INEC.
With INEC?
Yes.
Okay, now let me. I'll come to you. Let's just be straight.
Yes.
Are you happy with it or not? Involved going in Emefiele.
I won't say I'm happy with it. I won't say I'm not happy with it.
Okay.
But my move is that the one that touched on us more. That affect the whole Nigerian is INEC.
Okay.
And we just gave INEC over 300 billion and has nothing to show for it.
Why
are you leaving that one and changing the one that is in office? It has a term of office. His office is statutorily provided for.
All right.
And before you even fire him, you ought to refer to
he did not fire. He suspended.
Okay, he suspended.
I'll come back to you. Some are saying this move by Mr. President is a witch hunt that is politically motivated. Barrister Greg, what do you feel about this comment?
Yes, it is not. To me, the suspension of the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria is long overdue.
Long overdue? Okay.
The reason is not far-fetched. Even before now, before the emergence of the new president, the DSS also approached the Federal High Court in Abuja in order to get an order to arrest him, and so that he will answer some certain questions, allegations against him related to the role, some of the roles he has played as to managing the economy of this nation. So, but for one reason or the other, the application was refused. Now that there's a whole lot of issues hanging around him, the role he played in the new Naira note that plunged the country into economic quagmire. So the pain that, the agony the Nigerian went through because of his bad economic policies and a whole lot of allegations. So his suspension is long overdue and it should be investigated. And we are also looking forward for the right thing to be done. Leadership is not forever for anybody. Its power is transcendent. Once some of these persons are in authority, they display all sorts of things. The issue of, the issue of the new Naira note, Nigerians were suffering. We were using our money to buy money in this country. So my submission is that this is also the right thing the president did.
To suspend this man.
To suspend the CBN governor. It's the right thing.
Now they say that the DSS is there investigating what he did. And there's one saying that it's not connected with money allocated to build a refinery in the country. Some are saying it might just be what he did during the time of the Naira swap. Some are saying it's because of somewhere along the line he did something that is inimical to the nation of Nigeria. And some are saying, man, this is purely political.
Well, Mr. Wilson, you can't remove the issue of politics from it. My learned friend here just brought in some weighty things about the allegations. They are mere allegations. And allegation, no matter what it is, they suspected that he has performed or done something wrong. It's mere suspicion. And until proven to the extent of having conviction, it's still at that realm of suspicion or allegation. And you cannot say because of that you have an allegation against him. You truncate his tenure in office without following due process. That's wrong. I'm not holding brief for a miracle. I'm only saying if you want to do it the way it should be done. Do it properly. Emefiele didn't actually do some of those things. He was in office. He bought APC presidential form for 100 million. There were some vehicles that he branded. It means he was interested in politics, becoming the president of Nigeria. And they said, you can't be first and second. What I mean by that, you cannot be playing politics and you are holding a vital organ of, so you choose. People even went to court to leave the CBN and come to the political arena properly. He went to court to secure another, they left him. So that was one thing he did. And remember, Tinubu was interested in this presidency more than any other thing. He fought tooth and nail to get the presidency. Fine. Then Emefiele, look at the cash crunch. It also affected him directly. People said they were moved to make sure money is not in circulation enough for them to do whatever they do during politics. All well and good. But he came, he said cashless policy, the money in the bank votes is not enough. Not that it's not enough. The one outside is more than the money in the votes. And when you are doing cashless society or going cashless, you have to withdraw your money, and I think you have about 30% of it in circulation. Perhaps the process was also mismanaged, and there was hoarding of money and all those stuff. Even the new money was not coming out, the old one was being taken away. A whole lot of things went wrong, and all ends at his table. So that is also another wrong of Emefiele. So to another policy he brought that didn't say through successfully. Then I think the anchor borrowers, the one that has to do with farmers getting loans and all those stuff. So these are some of the things he brought that ought to have brought some transformation to the economy. But because they were not properly handled, then things went the other way. And I'm sure that is why Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not taking it easy for him. But if you must sanction him off, do it the proper way. That's my own view. Yeah.
Because according to the Constitution,
there's no in law condition precedent.
But according to the Constitution, he has the right to suspend. He didn't fire. He suspended him. So let's get that clear. Now, I'm going to ask you the same question, what you feel. You said it's long overdue, that it is the right course. I'm not saying that the would have ended on June 10. Yes. All right, but it was like, suspended before, just a day to that June 10, and all of a sudden you get to hear him being invited by the DSS. Do you feel that there's politics in all this, or is vendetta? Because of what he said, the cash crunch, the Naira note redesign, and of course, pegging a limit to your withdrawal. What do you feel about this?
Yes. You see, like what you just said, is not politics.
It's not politics?
No, it's not politics. What he feels is right, I want it done. Because what you should understand, even though you do something, people will still complain. Do what you feel that is right. When you are taking too much opinion of people here and there, you can't act well. Like I'm a pastor in the church. I'll give out room for people to act. Then one will give me a report. I'll say I will ask questions. I won't tell you I will ask questions. I'll go behind and ask what happened. That will not give me a point of view. What really happened? I will not manage it together. See that what you just tell me is not true. Then I will call us together. This is what I want to say. This is my action. Then please bear with me. I'm a part of this church. If anything happens here, they will point finger at me, not you. Please, anything I said here, let it be final. What you just did at the right time and the right move.
So you say there's no politics attached to it?
No, because why? As a president, he had the right to do what he wants to do. Based on what happened before, we are all Nigerians. People die because of these cashless policies. People die. Even my area, if somebody went to a bank to collect money, under the sun, people knows that place collapse. You have money in the bank, you cannot access it. We all pack our money to bank. To eat become problem. You will buy credit. Your own money in Nigeria, we are staying. You said it will still stay. It's not even overdue for you staying there. Because my own suggestion.
Are you not speaking from the point of view that one way or the other, either you were affected directly or indirectly?
Yes. No, I'm affected too as well.
So you're not venting your sentiments. No, is that what you're doing right now?
No, to Nigeria, to come on, I'm speaking of Nigeria. Because I know what people pass through.
All right. All right.
If, listen to me, until you are hungry, maybe if you hunger, maybe go hungry for 3 days without food. Anybody tell you, say, I'm hungry, you won't ask a question before you ask that person. People around to even eat is a problem. In our church, and do you know what we went through? You know what we went through? I made sure for us to get money. I'm trying to transport us. I made sure I gather money. It's not good that when you come to me and say, Pastor, I'm hungry. You said, let me pray for you. It is well with you. God bless you. You must do something. You must encourage that person. Don't allow people to come to you and go empty-handed. And you know what I'm saying now? What he just did, in my own point of view, I like it.
Yes, okay, over to you, Greg.
Yes. The president also feels that the position of a CBN governor is a very sensitive position. It's central to his administration. Yes, looking at the allegations against the CBN governor, he cannot work with him. He don't want anybody that will give him problem, because even before the president was sworn in, he was already having some issues with the past government, the past president was having an issue already. So his removal is not purely political. It's not. But it's also due to his bad leadership and mismanagement. There are a number of allegations against him, ranging from abuse of power. He was also being alleged for terrorism financing. A whole lot. So the president have seen that he cannot continue, he cannot work with the CBN governor. So he has the power to suspend him. So in my own opinion, the suspension is not purely political.
All right.
It's not purely political.
All right. Now, we have all that guests ready to come and share their own opinions and views. We're going to have 1 minute each to summarize your point. Someone's saying right now the acting CBN governor is from the West as a president. And this might just be one of the reasons why he chose to pull that string. What do you have to say about that?
Well,
1 minute.
Well, I don't want to believe that he did that out of tribal sentiment. Because I took time to look at the profile of that man. He's well read. He had his masters, 2 masters, one in business admin, one in engineering. Yes. So he's well, and he has been in the banking sector, various bank sector he has worked, various portfolios he has done. So I think giving him the opportunity, let's see what he will do at the end of the day, because the end will justify if it was the right one or not. That's how we look at it.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Barrister. With Barrister Greg, you share his views. The man coming from the same region with Mr. President. Do you feel any ethnic coloration in all of this?
No, not at all. It's not. The reasons are there. The reason is not based on. It's not tribalism. It's not based on nepotism. It's based on the issue on ground. The role he played
during the election.
Yeah,
it's like you are sentimental about this particular issue. You say yes, it's the right call.
That is my
all right.
perspective.
All right. So what about you, Apostle?
You see, like in my own area, we talk that. Like we are traveling on the road. We are on the express road. There are road signs. Those road signs are made for something. You see a road, the right arrow, some the right stop. Those 4 alphabets, they are different, they mean different things. When you are doing something, it's not coming out, what will you do? You stop. Then that is time for thinking. Then, oh, you want to observe. Then that is time for, then you proceed. When you put those things together, you act. You will stop, you will think, you will observe before you proceed. What you just did, in my own area, let us give it a try and see what will come out of it.
All right. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for a wonderful analysis. Let's go to hear what other guests that are there within the studio we have to say about this. You hinted that it might just be political, and you said it's not ethnic. You said you love the move. It's long overdue. Apostle, you agree to the same fact that it's long overdue. He deserved the suspension given to him by Mr. President. Let's see if other analysts of mine that will join us right now in the studio will share these views and opinions. Don't forget to take a look at Mr. President 2 weeks in office. Some are saying he's making the right calls. To you, is he really making the right call? We'll be right back. Don't go away. Gentlemen.